Hi guys, so everyone should be on page 5 on your notes. So today we're going to talk about variables on both sides. So when we actually solve any equation, the ones that we've been dealing with, every question had one solution. Right? So it's like x is 3, right? Or x is 5. But in an equation, there can be more than one type of solution. So sometimes we have no solution. Okay, and the way to demonstrate that is no solution, or we use empty set. Okay, so we can either have one solution, no solution, or we can also have infinite solution. What does infinite solution means? That means we have like every number in the world will be the solution. 1, 2, 3, whatever we plug it in, it should be the solution. So we either write all real number solution, or we call it infinity sign, or we call this x such that x is the element of all real numbers. Okay, so let's take a look at the first question. So remember the steps, guys. Do we have anything to distribute? Do we have anything to combine? You might say, Miss Lee, 6x and negative 3x, they are like terms. Yes, they are like terms, but are they on the same side? No. So we can't really combine those two. In this case, when we have variables on both sides, we gotta move this variable to one side. Okay? So we need to have a variable only one side. We can move either 6x or negative 3x. I usually like to move the one has lower value to the other side so that I end up with a positive answer. So between 6x and negative 3x, which one is lower value? Negative 3x. How do I get rid of negative 3x? We will add 3x to both sides. Since we're adding 3x to both sides, what do we call that property? So then 6x plus 3x becomes 9x plus 22 equals negative 3x and positive 3x is gone, 31. Now, can we finish the rest? Please pause the video and finish the question. Okay, so did everyone get the answer of x equals 1? Once we get the answer, then we need to check our answers. So what we're going to do, we're going to rewrite the problem. And we're going to substitute x with 1 for every single x. So x is 6 times 1 plus 22 equals negative 3 times 1 plus 31. We can't put the whole thing on our calculator. So what you need to do, you need to check this side, put it in your calculator, see what you get, and then put this side on your calculator and see what you get. Once you do that, both sides should be 28. So then we check. Not bad, right? Let's move on. So, this case, let's move on to the next question. Oh, this one. Do we have anything to distribute, guys? No. Do we have to combine like terms on the same side? No. So now we need to move the variables since we have variables on both sides, guys. Which one has a lower value? This is negative 12w. This is positive 6w. So, since negative 12w has lower value, we're going to move that one. How do I get rid of negative 12w? We have to add 12w. Look, negative 12w, positive 12w is gone. All we have left is 64 is equal to what's 6w plus 12w? 18w. Okay? What property was that? Since we add 12w to both sides, it's going to be ADPO. Right? Now, you can work with this, but I personally like to move this one to the other side, 18w, so that I can have variables on the left side and then number to the right. What property do we call that? When we flip the orders between equal sign, we call that symmetric. I hope you guys remember this. Okay, then what we're going to do, we're going to divide by 18 from both sides. What property is that? DivPo. And then W is equal to 64 divided by 8, which is 32 over 9. We want to keep it as a fraction. Now, what do we need to do? We're going to check it. So we're going to rewrite the problem. 64 minus 12w equals 6w. All right? And then we're going to substitute 32 over 9 for both. Times 32 over 9. 6 times 32 over 9. Okay? Make sure you put this side on your calculator, this side on your calculator, and see if they're equal. You will end up with the decimals, so make sure you change into fractions and then check it. Pause the video, check that, please. When you check this, you should end up with 64 over 3 equals 62 over 3. So we are good. Now let's move on to the next question. So I always put the line in between equal signs so that I know which one is left side, which one is the right side. So remember the step. What's the step 1? We always distribute. Ooh, can we distribute here? Yes. So we're going to distribute 4 to x, 4 to 5. What do you end up with? 4x minus 20 equals 4x minus 20. So we distributed. Then you will see something very, very interesting. What do you see? Left side of equal sign is exactly same as right side of equal sign. 4x minus 20 is exactly same as 4x minus 20. Is that right? What that means is anytime we put any numbers for x, are we going to end up with the same answer? Yeah. So if you plug in 1 for both x's, is it going to be true? Are they going to still equal? Yes. If you plug in 10 for both x's, are we going to still have the same answers? Yes. So when left side of equal sign is exactly same as right side of equal sign, we don't even have to continue. We can stop right there. And then, since no matter what number we plug it in, it's going to be equal, we can say it's going to be infinite solutions. When they're exactly the same, infinite solutions. We can either say infinite solutions or x such that x is an element of all real numbers. We can check this, but no matter what number we plug it in, it's going to be the same answer. So we can plug in any numbers and check it. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. All right? Isn't this easy? Okay, move on to the next question. I'm going to turn to the next page. Now, let's do this question. 3x minus 9 equals 3x plus 10. So, they're not exactly the same, so we need to continue. Since we can't distribute, we can't combine like terms, we're going to move the variable. Since 3x and 3x, they're exactly the same value, I'm going to move either one. So I'm going to move 3x by subtracting 3x from both sides. Then 3x minus 3x is gone. All we have left is positive 10. 3x minus 3x is gone, right? Because 3x minus 3x is 0x, so we don't even have to write that. And then we bring that down, negative 9. Look. Okay, and we use subtraction property of equality. Now, you see this, negative 9 is equal to 10. Is negative 9 ever be equal to 10? Never be equal to 10. So no matter what number we plug it in, they're not going to be equal. So what do we call this type of solution? Yes, it's going to be no solution. And we can just put 0 slash. There's no solution. or we can use empty set. Okay, we're not even going to check that. You might like no solutions and infinite solutions because you don't have to check, okay? But you have to see that when we have no solutions, there are different numbers and no variables are left. Okay? Now, I want you to finish 5, 6, 7, and 8. Please work on it by yourself. And then once you're ready, we're going to actually check our answers. So please take your time. Please work on question number 5 through 8 by yourself. If you need help, you can actually look at the questions that we just finished and get help. All right, please pause the video and finish question number 5 through question number 8. Okay, so did everyone get number 5, x equals 3/5? Make sure between 2x and 7x, 2x has a lower value. So I like to move the one that has lower value to the other side. I subtract 2x from both sides and I end up with 3/5. Okay? The next question was really tricky. So between 12 minus 2a and then negative 5a minus 9, between these two terms, which one has lower value? Negative 5 has lower value than negative 2 because it's farther away from 0. Then we can get rid of negative 5a by adding 5a to both sides, right? But then this is where you have to be really careful. This 2a has negative in front of it. So when you do the operation, it's not going to be 7. It's going to be negative 2 plus 5, which is 3a. You have to remember that, guys. This is very tricky. Then we can get rid of 12 by subtracting 12, and then divide by 3, which is a equals negative 7. Number 7. So when you do this question, guys, make sure you distribute, and then you can combine like terms, and then you can get rid of, move the variable to one side. Then what do you end up with? Negative 1 equals 6. Negative 1 will never be equal to 6, so it's going to be no solution. And number 8 is so easy. When you distribute, you are going to have exactly same looking expressions on the left and right side of equal sign. We call that infinite solutions. All right? Thank you for watching the video. Have a good day.